What's up, all my fellow speedsters and all my humans around the multiverse? It's Kevin here. Welcome back to another reaction on the channel. So today, we're going to be reacting to Stargirl Season 1, Episode 5. So, last episode, it was the Wildcat-centric episode of Yolanda becoming the new Wildcat and taking up the mantle from Ted Grant. And I'm still wondering if she's somehow related, because I think in the comics, she's either his daughter or his cousin or something. Or his niece. I don't remember. But I think Yolanda in the comics, if I'm not mistaken, I probably am, is somewhat related to Ted Grant. And there even was a picture of a boxer on one of her mirrors in that flashback part of the episode. So I'm wondering if that's any relation, since we didn't, we never really saw who was under the mask. So, we can only speculate at this point. But I really enjoyed the episode. It was probably the best episode so far, in my opinion, and I think Yolanda might be my favorite character, as so far, she's the most fleshed out character out of all the characters in the show so far. Her and Ice Cold are the most fleshed out characters. Like, Stargirl, or Courtney and Pat, they're our main characters, or what Courtney is. Pat kind of seems like a side character for the time being, but he'll probably get more focus later on, because I remember one of the trailers, when the entirety of the new JSA was assembled and charging at the ISA, or the Injustice Society, we did see Stripe with them. So he'll probably get some more focus later on, since he is doing his own investigation, which I will get into that in a little bit. Courtney kind of has the typical main character shtick, or I don't want to say cliche, but I guess the main character I guess shtick is the best word to use for it. I can't really think of anything else. I'm not saying that she's boring, but she hasn't really had a whole lot of interesting backstory. I hope we get to at least see a more focused episode on her, since the only focused episode we ever got on her specifically were the first two episodes. I think, yeah, only the first two episodes. So I'm very curious to see because I would like to see maybe Courtney's backstory. Well, not necessarily backstory, since we already know the gist of it, but maybe her growing up and how that's influenced her today. Because Yolanda's character has been probably the most fleshed out, other than Icicle, because both of them got proper backstories and they have their own motivations and hopes and dreams and whatnot. And I think Yolanda's arc in that episode was so good. Even that really small part of her trying to jump off the building to land on her feet like Wildcat, and how she couldn't do it. I think that's a really good character-driven moment, and maybe that we'll revisit that. Like, let's say she's fighting one of the members of the ISA from a really tall building or house or something, and she gets knocked off, but she lands on her feet, and maybe that could be a character-driven moment. Because for right now, Yolanda is easily one of the best written characters. Now, her situation with her parents is tough. In my original reaction, I was all on Yolanda's side, and I feel like the parents were a little tough on her. But then after I edited it and I started to think about it again, and I even rewatched the episode since then, I'm still on Yolanda's side, but I do understand the parents' perspective. Because that scene with her and her parents is actually a really good scene, in my opinion, because it does show the realism of her issues, and I really do enjoy that. Her parents, they do have a right to be angry with her, because that is showing that specific picture is, especially to just one person, is something you definitely shouldn't be doing. But then again, from her perspective, she is young. And I do understand that she doesn't know, she really doesn't know better, but at the same time, it's kind of a half and half point. But for the most part, I feel like they should have at least come to an understanding, and maybe not necessarily try to forget it and forgive, but maybe like try to start over. I feel like that's probably something that will be brought up again. I don't know, maybe her parents will eventually find out that she's Wildcat. Maybe that will be a good character-driven moment or something. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. But I do like this stuff with Yolanda. Like, Yolanda is hands down one of my favorite, if not my favorite character so far, other than Icicle. Courtney is cool, like I said, but she hasn't really gotten a whole lot of I don't want to say not a whole lot of focus, but not a whole lot of interesting moments in this show as of yet. She's kind of just like that has the typical main character stats and shticks, and Pat's more of a side character, but hopefully he'll get more focus in the future. But I really liked the little montage they had of Yolanda practicing all of her different abilities as Wildcat, especially like the animation of the suit of it adjusting to her size. I thought that was really cool, and it definitely gave me a bit of Black Panther vibes. They probably got a little inspiration from that, definitely. I really do like the effect when she drops down onto the ground. They have that little shockwave effect. I think that's pretty cool. And overall, I think I like the Wildcat suit the best. We haven't had a whole lot of suits yet, so I actually want to see the Dr. Midnite and Hourman suits on the new characters, since in that one flashback sequence in the first episode, it was kind of hard to see what was going on. So, yeah. We didn't really get a good look at the Hourman suit for the most part, because he was mainly in motion. It was kind of hard to see it just staying still, so I want to see later on how the suits will look on the new characters, and I'm very interested to see. Now, before I end this, I'm a little concerned about this episode, because it's called, I believe it's either called Hourman and Dr. Midnite, or Dr. Midnite and Hourman. Let me check. Okay, it's Hourman and Dr. Midnite. That concerns me because, I liked the last episode because it didn't feel rushed with Yolanda's story as becoming Wildcat, because she eventually accepted that she wants to become Wildcat at the end of the episode, and I really enjoyed that. I wouldn't have liked it if they just go right into it saying, okay, I'll be Wildcat, and I liked how they built that up. Now, this episode, I'm kind of concerned because they're saying both Hourman and Dr. Midnite in the same episode, and I'm very concerned on how that's going to go, because it feels like they might rush it, but hopefully that's not the case, and let's see how they go with it. But yeah, I've been ranting on for 7 minutes now. So yeah, this is Stargirl, Season 1, Episode 5? Yeah, Episode 5. Let's get right into reaction. 9 years ago, okay. I feel like we've gotten like a flashback in every episode so far. I'm really liking this. Damn, okay, someone's busy with notes. Oh, is this Hourman? Okay, yeah, it is, Rex Tyler. Oh, was it, did he, like, write all the reports and stuff? Oh, yeah, that's right, I forgot. Hourman survived the, attack. And he sent the box to them. Okay, so this is the actor, who plays Hourman, I'm assuming. At least the, original one. Okay, so this must be the, I'm gonna call him the troublemaker kid, Young. Okay. Oh, does he not know he's Hourman?
Promise me.
Alright, this is a lot to pull on, but I do understand that he is skeptical because he has no idea what's going on. So yeah, he doesn't know that he's Hourman. Understandable, because, secret identities, protecting your loved ones. Alright, so I'm assuming that his relationship with Matt is probably not great, and that's why he's in such a bad mood. Because for what we've seen of him in his teenage years, he's a bit of a troublemaker. We even see him with a knife in detention, I believe, in the first episode. And we're going to see the car accident, right? Because I remember Pat said that he died in a car accident. Oh, it's Grundy! Oh, that's how they died. That makes sense, actually. In fact, Grundy is probably who killed the wizard's wife. That's probably the closest look to Grundy we've seen so far. He kind of looks like KJ Apa a little bit. I don't know if that's just me, but he looks a little bit like KJ Apa from Riverdale. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, he does have a good relationship.
Come on, let's go.
Alright. I'm wondering what his reaction is, because you'll probably eventually find out about his actual past, like how his father was Hourman. So I'm very curious to see what his reaction to that is. Because knowing what we've seen of him so far, he probably blames his parents for what happened for his entire life. So I can definitely see that. Oh damn, it's Halloween? Okay. Oh shit. That was so fucking close. You need to be more careful, kid. I probably shouldn't call her a kid, because she's probably not that much older than me. I mean, you have a secret identity. You gotta be more careful by keeping it. Alright. So it looks like we're probably gonna see him become Hourman first, and then maybe Dr. Midnite. Alright, interesting. Because we're gonna put a lot more focus on Rick? Is his name Rick Tyler? Oh, okay. I'm assuming that's Dr. Midnite's goggles.
Hey.
Pat.
Oh, he's probably gonna be so pissed when he finds out he's recruiting other members of the JSA. I almost said ISA.
First off,
the violin.
Okay, so she might. So the principal might be the new Fiddler, because I remember in the comics the Fiddler was a dude, but I remember on the Flash, I think season 4 was they did a gender swap version, so they're probably gonna do something similar here, except she's like taking up the mantle.
Why did you bring?
Yeah, but bringing that to school is such a bad idea, though. All your superhero stuff.
Artemis Croc. She's the best athlete in the whole school.
Artemis Croc. Okay. Damn. Okay, I'm wondering if they're gonna set her up to either be a good version of Tigress or the Archer from the comics. That creepy ass janitor again.
there are dragons in the water.
Wait, what accent was that? What's the deal with that janitor? We've seen that janitor a few times before in the previous episodes, so I'm assuming that he's someone significant. Sorry. Oh, whoa.
The truck is taken.
Well deserved.
He is a member of the ISA, but I don't remember what villain he was. I'll probably need to rewatch one of the episodes where they show that banner. Two-Face? Nah.
Chocolate.
Hey. No, that's not an Irish accent.
Yellow.
Ooh, that's gonna get him thinking. Oh, is it the
I was trying to loosen right there.
is it the hourglass thing? Because it is a Hourman focused episode. Yeah, it is. Okay. So she's probably gonna think it's him, right?
That's it.
Or probably not right away.
Pat Dugan, by the way.
Okay, I'm very curious to see what he's about. This show has done a pretty good job at introducing new characters with great character arcs. You could at least tell him about the hourglass thing, but like, whatever. I guess teenagers. I guess. Like I say, I can't really say that because not that much older.
Look at this.
It's not gonna work, is it?
It's an hourglass. So what?
Yeah, it's not working.
It was going crazy before.
Oh no. Yeah, she's gonna look like a crazy
Something's
person.
wrong.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Yeah.
You should.
That's your costume?
Repairs, but Dad said our aunts wouldn't understand
Jesus,
French.
kid.
Isn't that the fun?
Oh. Okay.
Doggy.
She's gonna try and put on the goggles, right?
Good doggy.
It's probably gonna work for her. Trespassing. Technically, she wasn't invited there.
EA 4.0.
Damn, so she basically has
She is
Jarvis.
the founder and only member. I am merely an AI of Dr. Charles McNider.
Oh,
But I can change
okay,
my
that's
settings to
interesting.
speak in the first person if you'd.
Courtney's probably gonna find her.
Objects coming through.
Oh, she's probably gonna think it's Yolanda.
What are you
It's a
doing?
common rookie superhero mistake.
Chuck said it's a common
Yep.
rookie superhero
Yep.
mistake. I got her.
What?
Ooh.
Rex Tyler.
Oh, she knows
He was a superhero.
our man.
His dad was our man.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, I actually really like this. I was worried that they were gonna rush through it, but so far it's been good. Damn, alright. Okay. He kind of reminds me a bit of Roy when he was on the streets.
In there.
I can understand that.
Oh.
For a multitude of reasons.
I'll help. Look, what's your problem lately? You've been
Is he
kind of
developing
dry.
powers? Okay, they're definitely setting him up to become a villain, 100%.
Jerk.
Yeah, it's the same sound effect that Brainwave made, so he's definitely gonna become a villain. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Ooh. Okay, now so it's gonna start the hour, right? Ooh, oh, this is not good. Is he gonna go in the bar? Oh, he's not? Okay. Thought he was gonna go in the diner and fuck him up or something. Alright, okay, we're gonna see more of his strength. Ooh! Okay. Oh. Oh, she can see what happened? Oh, this is probably what's gonna convince them, right? What's gonna convince him.
You?
Alright, we're actually getting some more backstory. I like this.
I want to hit something.
Too.
Okay, with the superhero
You can
speech.
be a
Okay,
hero with
Courtney.
your dad.
He doesn't want to do it. He's gonna say no. Ooh!
Someone else.
Solomon Grundy? Oh, damn. And that's what's gonna motivate him to become Hourman, right? He's gonna want revenge. Damn. Man, Stargirl writing great characters. He wants vengeance. It's a work in progress, at least. The hell? That's not the same school bus, is it? From the bridge? Okay, so she is the fiddler. Okay. Oh, was it the truck that Rick hit? Or punched, I should say. Oh, so you gotta think Solomon Grundy did it? Okay, so the fiddler on the Flash could make like high sonic frequencies from or some kind of sound blast from her violin, so I'm wondering what this fiddler can do. Looks like she can mind control or something. Oh shit. Oh, is that the dude from the theater?
For you.
Oh! Oh, he's gonna find out that she's recruiting other JSA members. Is it the Green Lantern? Did it glow up? I saw some green light. Did it glow up? But we've only seen the lantern. What happened to the ring? Is my question. Damn, okay. That was definitely my favorite episode. Alright guys, so that was Stargirl Season 1 Episode 5. Easily the best episode so far. Damn, Rick's backstory is actually a little tragic. It's not exactly original, but it is tragic. He does remind me of a couple other characters who had like a really rough childhood. One of them in particular is kind of just like, he does give up a bit of Roy Harper vibes, how he doesn't really want to depend on anybody. Actually, he reminds me a lot of the Roy Harper from Arrow. I don't know how accurate that version of Roy was to the comics, but he also reminds me a bit of Jason Todd before he became Robin, how he was on the streets, he had no one to depend on, and I think he even went to juvie before. I think that was in one of the comics. But Rick does remind me a lot of Jason Todd, and I'm very curious to see his character arc, and I feel like the route they're going to go with is he's going to find... I'm actually very curious to see if he's gonna fight Solomon Grundy as Hourman, and I'm wondering how well that's gonna go for him. But I think his character-driven moment is that he's eventually gonna see what it means to be a hero, and he's not gonna kill them. Not necessarily forgive them, but he'll throw them in prison or something, and he'll do the right thing. That's my theory of how his character's gonna go. I also kind of liked what they did with was her name Beth? Or Dr. Midnite. I like what they did with Dr. Midnite's character to kind of give a bit more backstory. I do like how it seems like that she's mainly going to be the brains behind the team. And the others are going to be kind of like the muscle. Rick and Pat are definitely going to be the muscle. Courtney's going to be the leader. And I guess... Yolanda is going to be more of like a fighter. I can definitely see Yolanda probably being a second in command, either her or Pat. But yeah, damn, this was such a good episode. It gave a lot of great backstory on Rick. I actually think Rick might have a better written backstory than Yolanda, in my opinion. I think Rick and Yolanda are my favorite characters right now. Beth, Beth kind of just seemed like an outcast type of character, but not like a tragic outcast. But her not seeing her parents a whole lot really did hit me, because it does remind me a lot of it is a common trope with a lot of protagonists and a lot of heroes, and I really did like how they try to make her a little bit more interesting. We got to see a glimpse of the Fiddler in action, and the other dude. I don't know what villain he is. Can someone tell me in the comments what villain he is? Because I know he's a member of the ISA. I just don't remember if they ever officially stated what villain he was. Also, earlier in the episode, they did actually name drop Artemis Croc. I did know that she was listed in the credits, so I'm wondering if they're going to set something up with Artemis. I'm wondering if they're gonna which route they're gonna go, because I think in the comics Artemis does become Tigress and she is a villain. But they could go the Young Justice route where she becomes a hero, or maybe she'll become an anti-hero. They'll probably focus on some newer characters either later near the end of the season or in season 2. But I'm very curious to see how this is gonna go. And I'm kind of excited for the next episode because the thumbnail on DC Universe shows Sportsmaster and Tigress, so I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. But, yeah, I really did like how they're setting up this new JSA. Like I said, with Beth or the new Hourman being the brains, Pat kind of be, I don't want to say a mentor, but kind of more of like an advisor. Since, technically speaking, he has the most experience out of any of them. Courtney being the leader, Hourman being the muscle, and Yolanda kind of being... I'm going to guess like Yolanda's going to be more of a second in command, but I'm very curious to see what Pat's reaction is going to be. He's definitely going to confront Courtney about it, and I'm very curious to see what his reaction is. He's probably going to be pretty pissed off. But I think he'll eventually see that it is necessary. They are still kids, though, in his eyes. And the last JSA got their asses handed to them by the ISA. So I'm very curious to see what he's going to do. He can't necessarily train them since he doesn't have any powers. But I'm very curious to see how the dynamic is. And I'm wondering if in the next episode it'll be their very first team up with all the characters together. And I'm wondering if they're going to... Because there is that trailer that I mentioned in my intro talk with all the new JSA members with Stripe charging at the ISA members. And I'm wondering if that's going to play out. If that's going to play out in a similar... I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's how that's going to play out is what I'm trying to say. I've also been told that Sydney is the daughter of who I now know as Dragon Knight. Now, if that's the case, not Dragon Knight, Dragon King, the hooded guy from the previous episode, who kind of looked a bit reptilian. So I'm very curious to see how he looks in battle, because that mask is definitely coming off. He did say that he was working on his daughter, I believe. That's what he said. So I'm very curious to see if Sydney's father is... I mean, if they're gonna go down that route, because I think someone told me in the comics, the character of Sydney is the daughter of Dragon King, and in Sydney's room we did see a picture of a Asian guy. It looks like in black and white, so I'm wondering if that's what Dragon King originally looked like. But we'll see. And when you say worked on him, I'm wondering if it means like Sydney isn't technically a biological child. Maybe she's either a clone. Like she isn't... I don't want to say she isn't a real person, but maybe she's created in some way either as a clone or something. I know that sounds very out there, but we'll see. As like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about the Injustice Society in the comics. Like the only few characters that I know of are Icicle, Grundy, the Shade, and the Fiddler. And okay, I know a bit about some of these other characters. There are a few characters I don't know anything about, like Brainwave, Dragon King. I do know a bit about Tigress and Sportsmaster from Young Justice and a few comics I have read, but I'm not like a expert on DC Comics, so there's that. But yeah, this was definitely my favorite episode. The character building with Rick, and I'm very curious to see how his character is gonna revolve around. And I have a theory. Cameron, who is Icicle's son, I'm wondering if he'll find out what his dad's intentions are, because I think he knows he has powers, because there was a scene of him as a kid that saw his dad freeze the field. So I'm wondering how much he knows about his dad, because maybe he finds out he is the reason. He's probably going to find out that he's the reason that what was his name? What's the kid's name? Charlie? I actually don't remember what the wizard's kid was, but he finds out, and then he'll join the JSA, and maybe he'll be like a good version of Icicle. That could be pretty interesting because that could be a total flip flop of how it is in the comics, which I do like. How if they did that, I would really enjoy that, as it would be something different than the comics. Because I know in the comics there is Cameron Muckins, who is Icicle, I believe. It's either Icicle or Icicle Junior. I don't remember. But yeah, this was a great episode. And at the end there, we got to see the Fiddler in action with that other. I'm gonna call him the fat dude because I don't know who he is. But we also saw the lantern light up a bit. So I'm wondering if that's setting up anything. I did get a comment. I think it was the previous Stargirl reaction saying that people are ignoring the fact about the ring, and even myself, I did ignore about the ring because I only paid attention to the lantern. So I'm wondering how they're gonna do Green Lantern, because I know Alan Scott's Green Lantern worked a little differently than the Hal Jordan and the modern Green Lanterns we know. Because for one thing, his weakness was wood. I don't know if his weakness was also yellow. Someone told me that in the comments. Like, drop me some JSA comic knowledge, because I would really appreciate that. So I'm wondering if it will fly, if it flies off to find somebody else, like in the comics, or if the ring is inside the lantern, or whatever the case may be. I do think that they might be setting something up, because they did put a little bit of focus on the lantern, and they did put a little bit of focus in the last episode on the pen. So I do think that they, maybe in season 2, they'll have a Green Lantern and a new Johnny Thunder. Maybe we'll even get to see a new Flash and a new Dr. Fate. That would be pretty cool, because we have never seen Dr. Fate like in person in live action. Like, the closest we've ever seen of him is, I remember, I think it was Constantine, I believe, that showed Dr. Fate's helmet. And Stargirl also showed Dr. Fate's helmet, but in the background, they didn't put any focus on it. Like, the camera didn't pan to it. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. But yeah, I'm very excited for the next episode. And yeah, Stargirl is definitely one of my favorite comic book shows right now. Like, they get into it, and they're really making this work. Like, they're really good at introducing great characters in the first episode and making them extremely likable and sympathetic, especially with Yolanda and Rick. I'm especially interested with Rick's story arc, and he definitely reminds me a bit of like a bit of Jason Todd and a bit of Roy. So I'm very curious to see how that goes. But yeah, guys, we're gonna end it right here. I've been rambling on long enough. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Stargirl right now, and yeah. So yeah, my uncut reaction will be on Patreon. I'm gonna start posting a lot of my uncut stuff. I did talk a lot more in this reaction than I usually do, cause I do. If you guys, once I officially launch my Patreon, like I officially advertise it, I want you guys to actually get what you pay for, instead of just seeing the stuff that I already reacted to on YouTube and just long pauses, because I really want to commentate a lot more on my reactions. So when you pay to get uncut reactions, you actually see stuff that you don't see in my other reactions, instead of bits and pieces that I cut out, like jokes I've made or stuff that I laugh at. Because I want to put more commentary, so like I said before, that you get what you pay for, and you'll actually enjoy my uncut reactions. I'll probably post some exclusive stuff on Patreon as well. I'm still figuring out what I want to do with Patreon, because I'm very new at using it. I just figured out how to upload like the videos, because I thought that you can actually upload the entire video to Patreon, but you can't. Like, Patreon has a very small limit to how big of a size the video can be. But we'll figure that out later. I think next week I might be able to probably start advertising it, or I might take some time off and I'll work on that a little bit more. Still figuring the whole Patreon thing out. But yeah, I am also gonna start taking a lot more reaction or video requests. I did get some requests from, I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce that, who suggested that I will be doing ranking videos. I did do a couple ranking videos, I think a couple years ago. I know I did one on Arrow on ranking all the season premieres, so I'll probably make an updated version of that with all 8 seasons. And don't worry, I'm also going to do that with all the other shows. I don't know about Supergirl, because I'm not too big a fan of Supergirl, and there are a lot of episodes I haven't seen from, because season 3 is is probably the only other season that I've seen all the way through other than season 1. But we'll see. But like I said, if you guys have any video suggestions, post them in the comments of my videos, or go in the discussion tab and comment on that. Because, you know, I don't have the community tab, so I can't make posts like that yet until I hit 1K. Hopefully we do by the end of this year. That'll be quite a goal. We've come pretty far anyway. But yeah, guys. So Wednesday, Agents of Shield. Fridays, I'll figure out what I want to do, because I need to re-edit some of my Black Lightning reactions, so that's going to come out a lot later than I usually do, because there's like a bit of audio issues with my Black Lightning reactions on every single one. So I'm kind of working on that. I'm also still going to be doing movie reactions. I just wanted to take a brief break, because making movie reactions, I need to put a lot more time into editing and stuff. So yeah. I want to take a brief break. I'm going to start putting more movie reactions. I don't just want to do like the DC anime movies I haven't seen. I'll be reacting to other movies. Like, for example, my plan is to react to all the X-Men movies, because I've only seen the first 3 when I was a kid. And I kind of want to see how my perspective has changed, because I'll definitely be more focused on movies I haven't seen, but I'll definitely revisit movies that I haven't seen in a long time and see how my perspective of movies change. And hopefully you guys do enjoy that. But like I said, reaction video requests are greatly appreciated, as I want to add more content here. And yeah. So before I end this video, quick announcements, of course, Patreon stuff. I will be uploading more movie reactions as of usual, and I will start doing more video essays. I'm currently working on my what if Thor went to Wakanda, or what if Thor went to Titan instead of Wakanda. A little voiceover video with some images, not graphics, since I have no experience in that department. So hopefully you guys do enjoy that, and I'm very sorry how big this recap is. But yeah, guys, I'm definitely doing more of those. I kind of want to do a little bit more what ifs, because I've seen a lot of channels I do like that cover that subject, and that's a really good subject to touch upon on YouTube. You can make a lot of YouTube videos with that, and I kind of want to touch upon that topic as well, because I always want to make those types of videos. But yeah, guys, gonna end it right here. What are you guys' thoughts on the Stargirl episode? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are your favorite moments? Post in the comment section. And let's get that discussion rolling. I really want to discuss more with you guys, build up that community here on YouTube. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any future content. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. And yeah, like I said, post video suggestions in the comments and on the discussion tab. And yeah, that's great for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video. See you guys later.